Good morning, evening, friends. Matthew Allen here. Let's get physical. Today's session, I want to talk to you about one of my favorite parts of my collection, my box sets. This particular box set I'm going to talk about today is really, really dope. Richard Pryor and it's Deep 2, released in 2000 on Warner Archive Rhino, and I got this as a Christmas present from my mom and dad. So, as any kid, I grew up loving Richard Pryor. Of course, I saw him in the movies. I saw him in stuff like The Toy and Brewster's Millions and Bustin' Loose, the stuff from the 80s, because I'm a child of the 80s. But once I got to the 90s, I started learning that he was doing stand-up comedy that was really, really vulgar and out there. I started sneaking my dad's, cassette tapes and listening to albums like, well, albums that are represented here. So, out of all of the albums that he's put out as for stand-up, this is a collection of all of his complete Warner Brothers released records. So you have his very first album, his self-titled album. You have his breakthrough album, That N-Word's Crazy. You got Bicentennial N-Word. You got Wanted, which was probably him at his peak, Live on the Sunset Strip. Is It Something That I Said? Here and Now, and you have a lot of great unreleased material here. One of my favorite bits is Mudbone from Is It Something That I Said, where he takes on the persona of an old sage man growing up in his native Peoria and tells hilarious stories of the past. Richard Pryor was an absolute comedy genius. Not only would be able to just say outlandishly clever things about his own personal life, whether it was being brought up in a brothel as a child, whether it was his cantankerous relationship with his father, whether it was getting beat viciously by his grandmother as a child, or the wonderful stories that he would tell about, hunting in the woods, or stories about winos and Dracula getting together in an alley. This man absolutely could do it all. He's the greatest comedian of all time. He always will be. And this collection proves that to the core. Now, do you have this as part of your collection? And if you don't, do you have any Richard Pryor albums as part of your collection? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for letting me get physical.